Good morning. Today we're going to be reading a story called It's Raining by Gail Gibbons. So, right here it says, what makes rain? From drizzle to downpour, here's information on the different kinds of rain and how to prepare if a storm is approaching. So, let's find out what we're supposed to do. Dark clouds fill the sky. Some people pull on boots and put on raincoats and hats. Others pop open umbrellas. It's raining. So, you could see here. This person's putting on their rain boots. Somebody's opening their umbrella, putting on their rain hat. This lady here looks like she's wearing a poncho. So a poncho is something that you put over your clothes, sort of like a raincoat, but it goes right over you. You don't button it. So these are all different ways to prepare for the rain, your clothing. Rain is water falling from clouds. Water is necessary for all plant life and animal life to survive on Earth. So let's take a look at the pictures, right? And in this box here, you see all the fish in the water and some plants. So why is water necessary for fish and plant life? If you think about that, why animals might need water to survive. And in this one, you see the vegetable garden and all the vegetables growing. Why is water and rain important for vegetables? And here you see the deer drinking from the river. And here you see people drinking water from the faucet and the dog from his water bowl. The water cycle. So we've learned about this already. All right. When the sun shines, so here's the sun, and warms the air, water vapor rises up into the sky. This is called, do you remember which part of the water cycle? When the water warms up and it rises into the air? Evaporation. As the water vapor moves higher into the sky, the air becomes cooler and cooler. Water vapor soon turns into millions of water droplets. So you see, these are the water droplets. And that's called condensation. Clouds will form when enough droplets come together. So that means they condense, they come together and they form a cloud. Right? And then when the cloud becomes too heavy, what happens next? They fall, right? As droplets join together, they become heavy enough to fall down toward Earth as raindrops. So that's precipitation. Different kinds of rain clouds. Did you know there's different kinds of clouds in the sky and it can tell you what type of rain it might be? So let's look at the first type. This says stratus.
Stratus.
Or stratus rain clouds. Okay. Stratus clouds produce drizzle or light rain and are low in the sky. They are spread out across the entire sky. So when you see very light clouds spreading out, those are stratus clouds, and that means there's going to be a light rain, like a drizzle. When you see nimbostratus clouds, so those are dark and bring steady, heavy rains. When you see the really dark clouds, that's going to be a heavy rain. When clouds look dark to us, why do you think it is? So if there's a little bit of rain when the clouds are low and light, when the clouds are dark and heavy, there's going to be a lot of rain. So it says, when clouds look dark to us, it is because there are so many water droplets in the clouds that the rays of the sun can't shine through. So it's so dense. There's so many water droplets in those clouds. Then you have cumulus rain clouds. And then there's two types. There's stratocumulus and altocumulus. So stratocumulus and altocumulus clouds produce drizzle or light rain. They're patchy, puffy clouds low in the sky. And cumulonimbus clouds are dark, heavy, and piled up high in the sky. These large clouds bring lots of rain. So you see the difference on each side? Cumulus rain clouds are puffy and low, and cumulonimbus clouds are dark and heavy and up high in the sky. The amount of rainfall during a year varies from place to place all around North America. So we live in North America, in the United States. And if we look here, it tells you the average rainfall for the year. So we're probably somewhere around here. And it kind of looks like this color to me. So about 40 inches a year. Rain helps determine the kinds of plant life in all regions of the world. It also helps create the level of water in streams, rivers, lakes, and oceans. So somewhere that it's hotter, so see this line here? That's the equator. The equator is an imaginary line in the middle of the earth, and it's really hot by the equator. So do you think there would be a lot of water on the land here, or a little bit of water for plants to be able to grow? Probably not as much water, right? So you'd find plants here, maybe like cactus, like a cactus, right? Where they don't need a lot of water to survive. Whereas by us, you would find more deciduous trees where they each spring they grow their leaves, and then in the fall they fall off. Rain falls from clouds in different ways. When very small raindrops are falling, people say it's drizzling. A shower occurs when the raindrops are larger than a drizzle, and a shower lasts for a short amount of time. So pretty quick usually. Rain occurs when the raindrops are large and come down steadily. So when it's raining for a little bit of a longer period of time and harder than a drizzle, that's when we say it's raining. And a rainstorm is when there are gusty winds and rain comes down for a long time. So when it's a storm, you'll see the trees blowing, leaves blowing on the ground, maybe some twigs. The winds might even go, see in this picture, it's coming down straight. But in a rainstorm, it may go sideways from the wind. And then there's a thunderstorm. During a thunderstorm, it gets dark and windy, and raindrops come down hard and fast. Thunderstorms can be dangerous. There's thunder and lightning. So if you're preparing for a thunderstorm, what do you think you should do? You should probably stay inside, because if there's going to be wind, things can be blowing around and you don't want to get hurt. Flash flood alert. Sometimes meteorologists, what's a meteorologist? So these people look like meteorologists. They're studying the weather. They're predicting the weather. So they warn people of an approaching storm and possible flooding. So a flood is when there's a lot of water caused by heavy rain. So a flood can bring great danger. They can rise quickly. And people living near streams, rivers, and lakes are sometimes advised to evacuate. So that means they have to leave. They have to leave their home if the rivers are going to overflow. After a major rainstorm or flash flood has passed, there often is damage. Cleanup crews get busy. See, so the people are collecting the broken branches and trees. They're fixing wires because sometimes the wind might cause wires to come down. When strong pollutants in the air come down with the rain, it is called acid rain. Acid rain can cause damage to trees, crops, and all living things. Without clean water, plants and crops may die. People and animals suffer too. Many people are looking at new forms of energy, such as hydropower, wind power, and solar power, to help cut back on pollution. Okay, so there's ways that you can help keep the water clean. And one of them, this is solar power. So if you look, some people might have it on top of their roofs instead of using electricity. This takes the power, the heat from the sun. Sometimes while it's raining or just after it's rained, there is a rainbow. So if you remember from our light unit, right, we learned that to make a rainbow, you need some type of light. So in this case, it would be sunlight and rain, or the mist from the rain, right? If it has just stopped, sometimes there's still some water vapor and mist in the air. And when the light hits it, it refracts and you see all the colors of the rainbow. And this over here says the order of the colors of the rainbow is always the same. It never changes. You'll never see purple on top. It's always red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. How to stay dry outside when it rains. So if you look, you can see they're wearing a rain boots and a rain jacket and a hat and a poncho and umbrella. They're staying safe by being indoors. Okay. And make sure you have fresh water, so like bottles of water in your house or water in your fridge, a first aid kit, battery-powered radio, batteries, flashlights, because if your power goes out, you need to see. And that's the end. But before we go, we're going to take a quiz. Okay? So let's do take quiz. Here we go. Raindrops are made of, what do you think? Orange juice, water from clouds, water from ponds, or water from rivers? Where do we get raindrops from? Water from clouds. Okay. The order of the rainbow colors are always different. Is that true? Is it false? Is it sometimes? Maybe? What do you think? The order of the rainbow colors are always different. They're always the same, right? So this statement would be false. It's not true. Rain is needed for collecting rain in buckets, keeping ducks happy, plants, animals, and life on Earth, or making paddling pools. What is rain needed for? If you said keeping ducks happy, ducks are animals, right? But plants also need rain, and other life on Earth needs rain. So I'm going to go with plants, animals, and life on Earth. So if you said that answer, you're correct. Monsoons. Oh, we didn't talk about monsoons. Let's see if you can figure it out. Monsoons are extraordinary rainfalls occurring during specific seasons. Miss Monica is soon. Or rain happening on a Monday. Which one do you think it is? Extraordinary rainfalls. That's it. I think that was the last question. Let's see. 100. Okay, so that is our story. Now, what we want you to do at home is to draw a picture of what you do when it's raining outside. So, how do you prepare when it's raining? If you had to go outside, what would you wear? If you stay inside, what do you do when it's raining? Um, you can draw a picture of what it might look like outside. So, what kind of clouds? Do you see nimbocumulus or stratus clouds or cumulus clouds? So, you can draw your picture and then you can practice labeling it. You can rewind the video if you need to see the story again. You can pause the video wherever you need it if you need a little visual. Okay, but you should draw a picture and label it of what you do when it's raining. Can't wait to see your pictures. Don't forget to send it to your teachers. Bye.